All right, welcome back to Stories with Steve. This is one of my kitchen tales. Now, the facility that I worked at had two kitchens. We had a banquet kitchen and a bar and grill. So the banquet kitchen, you had weddings, birthday parties, company parties, outings, different stuff, all that kind of stuff went over there. And you could have everything from filet mignon and salmon all the way to burgers, hot dogs, whatever, just whatever you wanted. You put it in, we made it, da da da. And then the other side was a bar and grill, more simpler bar kind of food, diner kind of food, burgers, wings, you know, BLTs, breakfast sandwiches, nachos, stuff like that. So there's a guy. Now he was on the bigger kitchen. He was in the bigger kitchen. He was kind of more of a prep guy, right? But he would occasionally work the bar when it was like the winding down hours. wasn't It wasn't excessively busy. He would go over there. He'd basically cook the last few items, make himself a burger or a hot dog or a quesadilla, and then clean up and close up. He would do both the cook side and the dishwasher side, so they didn't have to worry about sending a dishwasher over there. So it was like a little bit of a good deal for him, you know. Now, situation with this guy is he likes to drink. He likes to drink and he drinks a lot, right? He would when he was dishwashing, he was another guy like the drunken dishwasher who would sometimes drink that backwash yucky stuff. But he would also come with 3 or 4 40s in his book bag and drink them throughout the day. He would have the bartender occasionally make him a drink too and be sipping on that. Now, this night, he's closing up. He's closed up. He's had his meal. I guess he's had all his drinks, and he's getting ready to close up and either come work a little bit on the other side or go home. Now, while he had just finished closing up, everything's clean and everything, this young, cute waitress, right? Young, slim, West African girl, pretty. She comes in, and I guess she was hungry. So she tells him, "Hey, I want you to make me this kind of sandwich, a turkey club, or something like that." And he tells her, "Oh, I can't do anything. I closed up and everything's clean. If you would have came a half an hour earlier, I could have accommodated you, whatever." Now, this girl, for some reason, I don't know if she had like some kind of supremacist thing inside her mind, but she now goes into a real nasty, rude, inconsiderate, kind of mode. And she goes, "No, you're a kitchen worker. So you make me food. It's your job. Take it out, and then you can clean again and da 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 da." Which was completely uncalled for and very rude of her and very nasty, right? But this guy's drunk and he's a little crazy. So it takes a while for his drunk brain to register that she's ordering him around like he's her servant or something like that. When in all reality, he could have not, if she came early, he could have still not made her the food if she didn't pay for it. But here she is being inconsiderate, talking to him like he's her servant or something like that. So now he's getting upset. But like I said, he's always drunk or half drunk. So it took a while for it to register for his brain. So now the waitress had walked over to the bar, I guess to get herself something to drink, some cranberry juice, iced tea, or something out the gun at the bar, right? And now he's figured out what he wants to say to her. Now, what he ended up saying wasn't any better what she said. So he basically tells her in a disrespectful way to proposition her. He goes, "Well, if you want a sandwich or some wings, you could do a little with this or a little something with that, or you could show me this or show me that," which is completely crazy. In any kind of job place, especially if there's any kind of corporate setting, that's immediately like sexual harassment. You would probably get fired, all that good stuff, right? So now she gets angry because now he's done, asked her to basically, I guess, solicit herself for some chicken wings or a turkey club. So now she gets angry and he's standing at the bar, like at the end of the bar, the entrance of the little kitchen over there, like, hey, thinking he said something really smart. She goes into attack mode. She goes into the part of the bar where there was like a little freezer. And in this freezer, they would kept these big, heavy beer cups, and they would be frozen basically almost. So I guess you pour your beer in there and it's ice cold, whatever. So she knows that they're there. She goes to attack mode. She opens up the little door to this thing and starts launching these heavy beer cups, heavy frozen beer cups. And I don't know what her sports background was or anything, in her past, but she was hitting him in the head with precision. She hit him in the head with at least 3 or 4 of these heavy ass frozen beer cups. And I'm not talking about like no little cup like this. I'm talking about some nice size, right? And she's connecting bop, 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 bop. He gets hit in the head. He's stumbling back, right? Now they both want to get each other in trouble at this point. So she runs to the food and beverage manager, right? Now she leaves out the whole part about going over there trying to get free food and talking to him as if he was there to only serve her and he was a peasant and he needs to make the sandwich or whatever she wanted, right? And he goes to the kitchen manager, right? And he leaves the part out of after she ordered him around that he told her if she put her mouth here or did this or that he could probably make some wings or a sandwich for her. They leave out all those good parts, right? And when both managers look on the camera, they just see some kind of verbal exchange and cups launch at his head. So they ended up coming to a consensus of where she was wrong for going in there and obviously ordering him around, but then him basically doing some kind of sexual harassment type of antics didn't help out the situation either. For that right there, he could get fired. She could get written up for talking to him in a disrespectful manner and asking for free food, but he could definitely get fired for propositioning her, especially for like a sandwich and some chicken wings. That's crazy. But because she's picked up the frozen beer cups and launched them at his head, she broke merchandise as well as assaulted him, what could be possibly thought of as a deadly weapon. If you're getting hit in the head with a bunch of large glass objects that are frozen and heavy, it can do pretty much a lot of damage. So they ended up both being on the shut up policy, right? And to not be near each other. And they were both able to keep their jobs for the remainder of the time, the remainder of that season, right? But that's a crazy story from the kitchen of when, a waitress went in, thinking, I don't know who she thought she was. She was the queen or whatever. And people need to make what she wants when she wants it. And a guy thought that, coming back with some kind of, perversion or something like that for a sandwich and wings, he thought that was a good call. And they both could have basically lost their jobs. You know what I mean? But the managers told them, you're on a shut the policy. So you can't talk to each other. Don't go near each other or you'll both be fired. But that's that story.